What you see here is a GC Subaru Impreza. GC is a chassis code for this specific generation Impreza. And while it was sold in the US for a couple years, it never had a turbocharged engine. But that's why this one is so special. It has a 2-liter turbo engine from a WRX. And it's also got race comp coilovers, a full roll cage, and much, much more. As a Subaru enthusiast, I can't wait to drive this car today. We'll get this out of the way right off the bat. I love Subarus. I think they have so much character and they're just so different, and this car is no exception. The sound this thing makes, I mean, Subarus make good sounds, but with this Tomei Extreme, oh, yeah, it sounds good. Let's see what it can do. I can't get over that noise. It's addicting. You know, the GC chassis never had a turbo. We already talked about that. And that's kind of one of the problems. It's a great chassis, but didn't have enough power. Other markets had the turbo engine, and this obviously has a WRX swap, and it makes all the difference. With this engine, you can just pull yourself out of corners. There's so much grip. And it's perfect. It's perfectly mated to this car. It's not too much. This just has a base stage 2 tune, you know, with a full exhaust, and it's everything that you need. It's fantastic. This car has race comp coilovers, and what you get with expensive coilovers like that is not only a good handling, but a good ride as well, and that's what separates it from cheap coilovers. So not only do the coilovers ride well, it handles well too. I mean, this car handles really flat. It's really hard to see what it'll do with the limits because the limits are so high in this car. It has so much grip. He's got some brand new Bridgestone Potenzas on it, and it just digs out of turns. I'm having to put quite a bit of rotation on this wheel to get it to turn. I think if I can make an improvement, I think I'd put a quicker steering rack, maybe from an STI. I think that would really liven this up, but I'm still getting good feel through the steering wheel, so I can't fault him too much for that. Now he's got WRX brakes on this thing with Carbotech pads. Stops really well. Good initial bite. It's not fading here in these twisties. I could appreciate a little more feedback from the brakes, maybe a little firmer pedal, but overall they're really good. I'm sure you can tell from the video this car is loud, and it's probably, you know, the roll cage, the exhaust, those things. And a roll cage is questionable in a street car, but I'm not a very smart guy and I'm having a hell of a time, so whatever.
Building a track car that works on the street involves walking a very fine line. First and foremost, it requires balance. A big turbo may yield big power, but you'll sacrifice drivability in the form of throttle response, which can totally spoil the fun in the street. Fortunately for us, the owner of this car has made the right decisions, and it's a blast to drive on any occasion. Oh, and there's another thing. Did you hear the noise this exhaust makes? I can never get enough.
Dude, this thing is awesome. Come on. Dude, this thing is awesome, man.